Hi friends, welcome to Webcam. In this video, I'm going to talk about Accessor in a JavaScript. So what is mean by Accessor and how we can use or why we need to use the Accessor methods. Okay. So as an accessor, there is a two methods, getter and setter methods. Getter method uses get keyword to get the value, to read the value of a object property. Setter method or set keyword is used to set the value of a object. Right. Then we will understand what is the difference between function and get method and why to use getter and setter. We will discuss everything in detail in this video. So let's say we have a one object called person. So earlier what I was doing that I was created a class with person, and then later on, okay, I was creating a object of this like this, that p1 is equal to new person. So this kind of programming we have seen many times, okay, in earlier video. But what if I use object literal directly? Yes, there is a way to create a object directly there by using object literal. That's what I have discussed in my first object oriented video. So here what I will do, I will say constant person, okay, and I will use object literals. So now what I will do, I will add some properties. I will say f name, and the syntax is little bit different. Here I will say drama. Then L name, I will say today. Then any other property I can add here like this, and we can define this. Yes. And we know that we already know that if I wanted to modify the property, what I can do, I can use person dot this symbol that they have name, and I can say here Deva. Yes, this will work. Then why to use getter and setter method or get and set method? So okay, sometime what you need to do, you need to return a full name. What will happen? So what will happen? I will create a function called full name, and full name. This is how I can create a function here in this object literal, and this function is going to return us full name. I will say this dot f name plus space plus this dot l name. This is how I have created a one object literal which has one method called full name and this. So what I will do, I will call that method here person dot, but that will not get printed because I need to write a method. I need to call the right method first, and inside of this right method, I need to call the full method so that whatever the value returned by this function should get printed on a browser. So here you are able to see the output. The property is updated successfully. Yes, it is updated. Then why to use get method? So get method is used to definitely get and set, like it's like a function, but you can use those methods, getter and setter methods, like properties. That is what the difference we are going to see. So now what I will do, I will create get full name get, or I will create a method called get. Okay, but before call starting this, I will say get and get full name. This is what my get method, and this method is going to return the same value to us. Yes, so we are doing the same thing once again. Then what I can do is I can say documents dot write, and here what I will do person dot get full name. So now here you can see that this is a function, but here you can see that it is a property. Full name, this is a function, but this is a property. By using get, you can, that's why we said we can access the values of a object property, okay, directly. And this will return me the same result. There will not be any change in output. Both are returning me a Deva Deva. But sometimes if you want to make some changes, if you want to build some logic here inside this, and it is very simple, okay, you can use the getter method like properties, right? And instead of using this, you can use set method here. So I would like to use the set method here. I will say set and set underscore yep name. This is what the method I called here. And what I will do, I will pass the variable called yep name. So now this set method is going to set the value or update the value of this dot yep name. It is very similar to function, but the difference is that get and set can be accessed like properties, okay, like instead of using functions. And this is what is very simple syntax, okay. So this dot name is equal to yep name. So now I have created a set method, but I need to use this method. So what I will do, I will call this person as person, okay, and I have to set the value of yep name. So I will say set yep name. Here you don't have to write like this, like a function. So it will say that it is a property. So how to assign the property value? So here you have to say Deva, like we did earlier, right? So get and set keyword allow you to use the functions like property of a object. That is what the use of getter and setter method in JavaScript. Okay, so here we are able to set the f name. If I go here and if I refresh here, you will see the output. But if I go here and if I change instead of Deva, what I will do, I will use Yogesh here. Okay. And if I go here on the browser and if I refresh here, you will see Yogesh participate. So everything is very similar, but the change is that getter and setter methods are the properties. You can use those methods like a property. You can access the value of object like property. So here you can build anything, any logic. If you want to check something, if you want to create a checkpoints like we validated the form, yes, you can do that. If there is a value called numeric value, then you can build the logic. If you want to verify whether the user has entered email address, so here you can see that it is just the text. It don't have at the rate and then other characters like some domain. So you can build the logic to write like these things here in this set method. So while setting the name, so here what you need to do, you need to say email, and you are going to set the email, and here you will pass the email. But whatever the email I passed is incorrect, right? So set fname is a method. Instead of that, I will change set email. Here also I will change set email. Okay. And I'm going to access the property called email. But if you go here and if I refresh, okay, something is missing. Also, the full name is not there. That's why I have removed that method. If I go here and if I refresh here, you are able to see, but this is not my email address. So I wanted to put the validation here to build the data quality so that user should not enter anything incorrect, right? So I can use care code and I can check whether user has entered at or not in this, or whether he has entered some kind of domain name or not. If you are building a logic for the contact number, then you can check whether user has entered properly 10-digit mobile number or not. Like this logic you can build here before setting the value, before setting the values of the object. That's why getter and setter methods are very useful. Okay. So I discussed getter setter method and difference between function and get method or set method. I discussed that function you need to call using parentheses, but get and set method you do not need to call. Then why to use getter and setter? So it allows same syntax for the properties and method, right? So method can be used like properties. It can secure a data quality. As I said, we can build before updating the value, we can build logic here. Anything you can build the logic as we did in the form validation. Then it helps to perform the action behind the scenes. So if you want to perform some kind of, okay, so what I want an email, okay, whatever the email address to be updated here by using set method. So I want this to be in per case, okay, per case. So I want this email to be updated in the form of uppercase, right? So this kind of transformation I can do here using the set method. As I want, I can manipulate the data. Okay, so that my data should get submitted or should get updated in the proper format. This is what the use of getter and setter. That is what we call accessor in JavaScript. So I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.